Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm playing with my Counterfeit Kit Challenge for my design team layout for Challenge 1, which is doing a photo of friendship. So I chose a picture of my husband's Nana and Papa, and I'm using this Maggie Holmes garden party paper, and I'm going to take the branding strip off. I chose my husband's grandparents because they're definitely an inspiration to what marriage and friendship can look like. They had a beautiful, lasting relationship. In this picture here, Papa is 90 years old, and we were doing family photos at the family farm with all of the cousins and aunts and uncles and everybody. So, which ended up being lots and lots of people because they have quite a few great grandchildren. So, which would include my two. So I just chopped it down for the photo, and then I'm going to mat it in this. It's almost gray, black, white, and gray. Little flower print. It's just gonna peek out around the sides just for the tiniest bit. Just wanted to give a little bit of change between that beautiful blue paper that has like farm stuff on it and this. So that was my choice, and then I decided it needed just a little bit more, and so I pulled out the scraps I have so far this month, which look at, I have quite a few. And this piece actually isn't a scrap because it's a full piece, but so I'm going to use part of this black cardstock that I embossed black on, and you're only going to see a hint of it for the flowers that I had done. That's okay. I am totally happy with that. So it just gives a little bit of detail, a little bit of shine without being just plain black, and I just wanted a little bit more than just a plain black. So this is going to get actually quite a hefty border around it, and yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit to do that. I'm just lining it up, trying to make sure I have enough that I want but not too much, and then I decide that it's probably not centered either, so I will pull the picture up and then put it back down like so. And yeah, so this layout took me about 40 minutes to do, which is a quicker layout for me on this kind of aspect of it. And I'm going to put the branding strip there like a shelf, and cutting off the stems of these dollar store flowers. These were in my kit last month too, and I only have the 3 left, and they're going to actually make it on here, which is perfect. I love using stuff up. These leaves were in one of these, that hexagon blue piece, plastic piece that has my bits and pieces in, is actually a puzzle sorter that I got, and they're stackable. And so when I have just a little bit of something left but not very much, I pop them into these and hope that I remember to look. And so I did find those leaves. And then the flowers are from Jan Hadfield's Avenue collection. I am very quickly using this up, which is perfect. Thought about putting these trees on because there are definitely trees on our family farm, or the family farm, their home. I don't know how to say that. Not mine, but. And then looking at stickers here, I think I like that beautiful, so that's why it's overlapping the top of my page. I'm going to take a quick look through these Summer Farmhouse collection for different tags and things. So that's a tag that I actually cut out of pattern paper that I just threw in here because I didn't use it when I had cut that one out. So makes it easy because then I don't have to cut it out. And then this farm I thought was cute because we are doing the photos at the farm, so why not? And obviously the barn works. We're in front of the barn. There's a hay bale behind Nana and Papa, so just sorting out different things that I could use. Try to get this chipboard on here again, and it's not gonna, with the hanging bits and pieces, not gonna work. This is going to go on here though, and it's gonna, that wreath, and it's going to get kind of snuggled in so you don't see the brown taggy bit. And then I'm pulling this beautiful off, and it is hard. It's really sticky to get off. And then I decided before I get it on the page, because that's going to be part of my title, maybe I should get some of this stuff down. So a lot of it I'm just going to use glue for, because the glue makes sense. And then I'm like, oh, I got to get this branding strip on first. So that was exciting. I used this whole piece of paper, including the branding strip. And all this back in here somehow. The flower ends up a little bit higher than it was, but that's okay. And then for these are a die cut that I have, and it's on Christmas paper, but you would never know it was on Christmas paper. And those leaves really do match I figured the hay bale in the background really well, so that's why I pulled that color in, and it just ties a little bit more of the picture together. And I didn't want to tie in any of the red, but this pink works really well. It's just softer. And then just sneaking stuff in. I don't know if that one's going to actually make it. That one's not going to make it on here, but I tried. And then tucking that in again. This third flower is going to go right beside the barn because I thought that was pretty cute. And this one's going to get angled up. And then here I decide that let's do the title. And there's a whole bunch of bits that didn't come out, so this took me quite a while to use my pokey tool and poke them out. So I just snuck right ahead in the video for that, because 5 minutes of me poking out the inside bits is kind of boring. So, and then I go layer it with this love, so it ends up being Beautiful Love is the title. And then just getting the eye with my pokey tool. And it does overlap the black and the matte, both mattes and that shelf. And I think it looks really nice like that. And then it'll be nestled quite in using one of those stickers off the sticker sheet from the Jen Hadfield collection. And just taking a look, and I'm going to pull off. And look at this piece, it's not going to work. I do want something else on here, but I'm not quite sure what I want yet. So I'm looking for word stickers. That's not going to fit there. I'll pull out the Farmhouse Summer sticker sheet. I'm going to put one more of the wreathy bits on, because why not? And then some of these sprinkles that are in that gold straw color. And a couple word stickers. And so these ones say, making memories every day and farmhouse life, which works both for this. I'm pulling out some enamel dots, and I'm just trying to match with one of the colors. So the blue would have worked. That green is okay with the leaves that I've got. This heart was in there, and it's got a little bit of gold on it, but it's a wood veneer, and I think that's really cute. It's not going to stay there, but it's going to make it on the page. So I'm going to use these pinky ones that are almost the same color as those word stickers, and I'm going to sprinkle them in 3 different spots. So by the word stickers, just above this farm, and then there'll be one in between a leaf and the flower right there, and one on the tag. And I decided to switch those 2 around because the smaller one on the tag hole I thought would look better. And then moving the heart, and it's just going to come up with beside this beautiful, which I think works well. More glue on that flower. I'm going to draw some lines for some very basic journaling, and because my head gets in the way, I do that off screen. It says Nana and Papa Miller, August 13th, 2023, and I think that was all that's really needed on here. I have other pictures of this day to scrapbook too, so they won't be on the same paper or probably with the same stuff, because looking at what I've got left, and then I'm going to use up the last 3 of these blue flowers. So just trying to find this last one. I'm going to use my tweezers. This one, yeah, I'm going to use my tweezers and I'm going to sneak it in right there. There's my head in the way. And it's not as visible on screen where that little one went, but it is visible on the layout. Just inking the edge in black, and then I did get a couple of smooshies offside the edge, so I'm just going to smudge those out just a little bit, and that's all this one needs. So that's a wrap on this layout today. If you liked this layout, I would love a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and you've enjoyed this as well, and share some crafts you love in the comments below. I love seeing your messages and responding to them. I do respond to everything. Here are some close-ups. That Maggie Holmes paper was so much fun to play with. It's so pretty, and it went really well with all the other stuff I pulled in. So, and there it is all together. Make sure you check out the blog for Counterfeit Kit and the Facebook. Both links are below. Thank you again for being here today. Have yourself a wonderful day.